Hey Scorpio, I'm Chris. Welcome to your October Taroscope. I gotta tell you guys, I was thinking a lot about your reading today and getting in the mode for it. And earlier, I was just like angry and stressed out and ready to get into this video and go like real dark. Then I came home. Papa had a little bit of his happy juice. Not drunk, just a little bit to get the edge off. I would never read drunk. I don't like it. It doesn't work so well. A little bit to take the edge off. A little bit of Papa's happy cigarettes. Not feeling better. And Scorpio, I still did want to set the tone in this room a little bit softer, right? I turned off the extra light behind us. It's a little quiet. I'm dressed a little comfortably. I think right now it's just time for us to, like, you and I, Scorpio, to kick back and talk about what's been going on, what's up ahead, right? My sense for you guys, though, is that there's a need in a way to release emotions, right? And that's what I was getting at with that darkness, right? It was like I wanted to just be angry, and I don't care if anyone was upset about it. I wanted to be a little bitchy, not care if somebody was upset about it. You're tired of caring a little bit, Scorpio? Is there sometimes this point where you just want to say, like, I'm tired of, like, changing my behavior and changing my attitude for what other people are asking of me, for what other people are expecting of me. I don't want to be nice when I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to be agreeable when I'm hurt. I don't want to be soft when I'm ready to cut a bitch. But we know that place can be self-destructive, right? We know that we live in humanity. We live in a human world, right? And we need to be cooperative. We need to learn how to get along, right? Even when we don't want to. So this whole darkness here, it's like the scorpion in under a rock in the desert, right? Just, it's meant to be cool. It's meant to be calm. It's meant to be a safe space, right? Where you can have a drink and talk and let things out. Because we trust each other, right, Scorpio? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into this reading, starting off with what energies we're coming into the month with. Then pull a couple cards to take us through the month and see where we end up. Pull a rune card at the end for forward action. And then we'll pull clarifiers along the way, do what we got to do, right? Quick note, I have autumn readings up. It's a one video for all the signs, but it has timestamps, so you can just go ahead and jump to your sign and see what the autumn has in store for you. I had a lot of fun doing that, so check that out. Private readings in the description, you can check those out as well. I have a new thing where if you favorite anything in my shop, Etsy should send you like a coupon for a discount for readings, so go ahead and check that out. Description of the cards is going to be in the comments. And also I opened up a PayPal account if you guys are feeling ever so generous and want to support the channel. All donations are welcome and very much appreciated. A lot of work goes into this, you know. Anyways, so Scorpio, let's go ahead and jump into the reading and we'll keep talking because you know what? We have a lot of planetary energy in your sign. Coming into the month, feeling like the Emperor. Feeling a little bit like you've had to hold it together. Maybe for a lot of you, in many ways, feeling like you had to be a provider. That you had to be the one keeping it together, running the show. There's something about the Emperor I've always noticed it, but I never quite felt in such a deep way until I looked at this deck. There's something about the Emperor where you're elevated, right? You're kind of disconnected. That's the cost of being in the ivory tower, right? That's the cost of being powerful. You're not going to relate to as many people. But this Emperor in this deck, and I don't know if I can get it to see clearly here, probably because of the darkness, right? There's a loneliness to his face. And I think that's like the kind of mode you guys can get into, right? Kind of doing the right thing, like being powerful because you have no other way of being. Being strong, being sharp with your tongue sometimes, being sharp with your actions sometimes. Telling people like it is, telling them how you feel, like just having to be that assertive, strong person so much. And now maybe a little bit wanting to not let go of the power, but feel connection, right? We're in Libra season. Connection from people who get you. Such a misunderstood misunderstood sign, Scorpio, right? Everyone thinks you're vicious and mean and harsh. Then you're also really loving and loyal and powerful and make lots of money, right? Devoted to people who care for you, and you're a good fucking time. And a good... I want to clarify that Emperor actually before we move on. But there's a need here almost to just be around your equals, your peers, people who understand you, people who maybe are even a little rough around the edges themselves, but are also deep down inside like caring and loving and loyal and all those things that you are. Libra season. Libra is a sign of connection. It's a sign of It's a sign of connection. It's a sign of partnerships. 5 of Pentacles much? Loneliness, separation. Now some of you might even have trouble with people regarding money, right? Because the 5 of Pentacles is loneliness and isolation, but sometimes that could also be surrounding issues of money. So for instance, like a couple that's having relationship problems because of money, or something about your business or your place of work that either isn't providing enough, or in some way there's like it's almost like 5 of Wands energy with that conflict and not being able to get along, but in the more business material way. But loneliness nonetheless, Scorpio. Like your power comes at a cost. And there might be a little anger, right? We just had Venus going retrograde in your sign. And it's retrograding back into Libra. So it's almost like you have these comforts, right? That's what Venus represents. Comfort, beauty, warmth, money, all those things that make you feel good. That's why I wanted to make this a comfortable environment, because that's what I felt like we needed to do. Because I feel like right now it's almost like Scorpio got a little teased with this planet of all these comfortable, beautiful, loving, connective things, being like, never mind. I gotta go back spend some more time with Libra. And it's like, girl, you always are hanging out with Libra. Venus can't do anything about it, right? So wanting those connections, wanting those feel-goods. Let's see where we're going here, Scorpio. But take heart, because as that's happening, we have Jupiter going direct. We have Jupiter going direct in your sign. So we're not seeing it yet, right? The vision is clouded. We're still in our feels, but not really like owning the feelings. More so like distracting ourselves from them. Giving into temptations, right? Whether that temptation is a drink, which within reason, why the fuck not, right? If you need that to chill out, right? Or if the temptation is to be angry, to try to hurt. This came up for Libra, and this is something that's going to be happening during Venus retrograde, right? Is getting in touch with what actually gives us pleasure versus what makes us think we're receiving pleasure but actually hurts. For instance, something like being vicious and being angry. We get stuck in these headspaces, right? Look at these cards. It's like this guy is it's like very broody, this combination of cards. Very like sulking. My sense here, Scorpio, is that this is going to turn around. So let's keep going. But right now, in the beginning of the month, starting off feeling all kinds of distracted. Deliberately distracting, right? Maybe if it's not like drinking or like temptation, like overworking. Putting so much of yourself into like your job that you can kind of try to forget about what else is going on in your emotional reality. I want to clarify the Seven of Cups real quick. Three of Wands. So we're looking here, Scorpio, at this feels to me just sort of like a difficult present, a difficult set of circumstances you're in now, making it kind of hard to be optimistic, making it kind of hard to see like an end to the struggle, making it hard to see an end to the conflict. But the thing we have to remember about the Seven of Cups is that things are not as they seem. They can often be imagined. They can often be exaggerated. This is what happens when, remember when I said brooding, right? When you sit off the side and you let your emotions and thoughts get crazy and you isolate yourself and you tell yourself how other people can be really bad, and maybe other people are really bad, but if you actually were connecting with people instead of, sitting aside in your head being upset, this would be a little clearer, right? The future, the bright future ahead. This is what I was saying before when I said good things are coming. The Three of Wands says good things are coming. But clarifying the Seven of Cups, you're not seeing it. You can't see it right now. This is very much like hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel kind of feeling. All right, let's see what else we got going on for Scorpio throughout the month. So big lesson so far is work on connecting with people. The people like your soul family, right? The people who, I'm not liking this for you guys. The people who make you feel better. Not just like better as in like calming your emotions, but make you feel like a better person, right? Remind you of how dope you are, because we got going from the Seven of Cups into the Devil energy. This makes me a little concerned, Scorpio, of that darkness I was talking about, right? Whether it's like substance abuse or whether it's toxic feelings, right? Getting comfortable in a place of being angry or sad or whatever it might be. I think what I'm seeing here is like you guys got to pull yourself out of this place, because if not, he's coming for you. The way I'm looking at it here, it's like that Emperor is creating this place, and now this guy is like, oh yeah, I'm coming for you. Now be very careful, because the Devil represents Capricorn energy, which represents status, which represents business, which represents social climbing. So particularly when it comes to work situations, Scorpio, don't let, you got to be careful with your attitude. You got to be careful with the way you treat people and talk to people. You got to be careful with reacting. Let's clarify that Devil real quick. I saw this on the bottom of the deck, but I kept shuffling and this came out. The Tower. So look, guys, heavy energy, right? I think that's why I wanted to talk in this like chill environment. But do not get disheartened. I could almost hear right now, like, people just who've been going through it just feeling like bleak and like things are just going to keep getting worse and not get better. But this is not true. Because what's happening now is that the truth is being revealed. Right? With the Tower, yes, things come crumbling down, but it's because the truth is being revealed. This is what Venus retrograde is doing by being in your sign and then going back. It's saying what gives you real pleasure versus what takes away from you. What gives your life meaning? What is false? It's a big season of honesty and truth right now. And it's almost as if, like, Scorpio, if you don't get in touch with the truth and you don't make the moves to move into a healthier place, it's like it's going to happen for you. Now, you guys also might be feeling a little down, I think, from the way... For some, I think the way you've actually been treated by people. So, like, someone who is maybe a little physically, mentally, or emotionally abusive to you. Or just with regards to your connections in general. Feeling hurt by them, right? That energy I was talking about in the beginning, this is almost like you guys taking on that, like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. Almost like a what do I have to live for energy. I'm gonna do fucked up things because guess what? Surprise, I'm fucked up. People fucked me up. And now you're mad at me because I'm just the product of what I've been through? That all this month, Scorpio, has to start coming down. It's almost as if, like, the Tower and the Devil, it's like the Tower is like this thing that's built up around the Devil that needs to come crashing down. And you need to get into the face of the thing that's really upsetting you. The Devil is about facing the shadow self. And here with the combination of the Devil and the Tower, it's almost feeling like very optimistic. It's almost as if, like, you can beat your demons. Let's see where else we're going here for Scorpio. You have to make the choice, right? The Two of Swords is another card to me of honesty, of facing things, right? It's like ripping that blindfold off and acting, not being stuck in place in between these two things here, but actually actively deciding how things are going to be different. I think there's change that's necessary with you guys. I think that the way things have been going for you have just not been working. And with the Tower and going into your season, like, you're not going to be very empowered going to the season of death, of transformation, if you guys, like, just can't let go. Scorpio, what? Ten of Swords now, clarifying the Two of Swords. I think you guys are really letting the past define you. You don't want to, but it's almost as if you can't help yourself. It's almost as if, like, the things that I was saying before about mistreatments, abuses, people not being there for you when you were there for them, putting you in this state of, like, hopelessness, of almost like being trapped. But again, what I see encouraging here is a sign that this is passing out of being. Right? With both of these cards, it means like the dog days are over, kind of, right? Dog days are gone. But it's like you're still carrying some of that, right? You're not seeing how different the future can be, how different you can be, how different, like, your emotional reality can be, how different love can be, right? How different, what it would feel like to have a job where you didn't feel people took advantage of you. What it would be like to be in a relationship where you don't have to fear, I don't know, that they're creeping around, or I told you, last card but not least. Wrapping up the month with the Wheel of Fortune. Surrendering to change, Scorpio. Surrendering and saying, like, I'm just gotta let things go. I'm not going to hold on to things that are sucking the life out of me. Relationships that suck the life out of me. Jobs that suck the life out of me. Lifestyles, habits, behaviors, ways of being, attitudes that aren't actually making me stronger, but are actually sucking the life out of me. And so, Scorpio, what I'm seeing here in front of me is this journey where we have this moment of, like, I've accomplished a lot, I'm in a place of power, but something doesn't feel good, and I'm kind of distracting myself from what it is. And now that thing is going to throw itself in my face and make it unavoidable. And it's going to say, like, snap out of it or die, Scorpio. Not literally, but, you know what I mean? With that devil, he's sort of like, know who I am or else you're fucked. And then the conscious choice to take your head out of your ass a little bit. Let me rephrase that. To see things for what they are. To be willing to, more than anything, for what they are, what they're capable of being. Because with the wheel, you get so much more than you even thought was possible. But you have to know that it's changing, right? You have to know that the wheel is turning. Beautiful ways to wrap up the month, guys. Entering your season with the Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Feeling hopeful going into November. Remembering your dreams, remembering how powerful your imagination is. Like, Scorpio can manifest like a motherfucker. Y'all are psychic as hell, and y'all are good at making things happen. And I think by the time you get into November, you're going to start to feel that movement. You're going to start to feel a little bit of, like, a melting of your heart. You're going to start to feel a little bit of, a little more hope, a little more exactly what... It's funny the way it starts and the way it ends, right? Nourishment of the emotions, connection to people, connection to your partner, connection to a new person if you're single, right? Something that maybe you've also been, like, hoping for a little while, right? So this could be, if you're looking for love, someone who's been on, like, the outskirts that you've been hoping comes around and actually does by the end of the month, right? Because we have that shift of fortune, especially if they're another water sign, like, y'all vibe real good. All right, let's finish up and see outcome for Scorpio for October. But guys, a little rough in the beginning and in the middle. But once we feel the shift towards your season, which is when you start to feel power, outcome the Magician, you begin to create your own life again. You begin to see how much control you actually have. Control primarily, I think, Scorpio, over your emotions and your thoughts. It's like that serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. The strength to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. By the end of the month, you're going to know the difference. And you're going to know exactly what you can change and what you can't. What you can't change, Scorpio, is the past. What you can change is bringing some illumination to the things in your life that are really, like, sucking the hell out of you. That are eating away at you. There's a need here, I think, for Scorpio for independence. Right, we start off with independence, but in a heavier, like, weight on my shoulders kind of way, and then we have the independence where you're just sovereign and you can live your life the way you want to. But it's not independence by being isolated. It's independence by like kind of knowing how to manage your relationships better and your expectations of those relationships. And then look at this, beautiful. Creating joy. What did I just say about controlling your emotions, controlling your thoughts? Six of Cups is all about joy. It's all about warm feelings, right? It's if Venus took a little bit of the comfiness out of your sign, you're creating that comfiness for yourself like we're doing here right now, right? Bottom of the deck, Temperance. Beautiful. What this says to me is that you guys are healing and that it's a process and that it's taking time and you're going to go kind of up and down and back and forth. But I think in your intuition, in your spirituality, you have perspective. Temperance is very plugged into the spirit world, very plugged into higher power, higher knowing, right? All right, so we're gonna wrap this up by pulling a rune card and just to see where you guys are going this month from this reading. Righto. So this is the rune of basically movement, very similar to the Chariot card. I mean, literally in the card there is a chariot, right? But this is about moving on. This is about moving forward in a place of power and strength and knowing the capabilities of your success. Knowing how capable you are of success. Capabilities to attain success is what I was trying to say, right? Understanding that the pain is like a cycle. And the sun rises again. Right now it's been feeling like a long, dark night. But the sun is going to rise again and you're going to move forward and you're going to start to feel momentum. You're going to start to feel energized and like ready to take charge and go for it and move. It's like all that darkness and heaviness we started out talking about here, this loneliness, this anger, this like confusion, this scariness, this baggage. Now we're like firmly leaving that in the past. And creating a new past, which is the present. That is happy and joyous. Celebratory, right? I think I see you guys a lot with, Halloween and your birthday, like being really social and being invigorated by it, right? There's a new dawn here, Scorpio. There is not just a light at the end of the tunnel, but a whole gateway into like a new way of being. Now you just have to let go of the heavy shit so that you can actually get through it, right? All right, Scorpio, thanks so much for being here with me. This was a really good reading. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I hope you did too. Again, everything you can find in the description below. Cards, private readings, donations, all that good stuff. Instagram, follow me there, right? Scorpio, Pain into Power, I think is the name of the game this month. That's death, right? Transformation. It's not just endings, it's transformation. Moving from one phase to another, moving from one state of being to another. And then it's time to party for your birthday. And I know you're going to. I know you're going to. Scorpio, I love you so much. Hope you have an amazing October. And things are going to be great. Just keep your head up. Hunker down through the hard shit. Have faith it's going to get better because it's going to. And once you start to feel it, it's going to happen really fast. And you're going to feel invigorated and ready to go forward. Be connected in love again, right? All right, guys. I love you so much. You take care. I'll talk to you soon.